is. Oh my goodness, Haley Moak.
Hi.
Haley was she was our first poetry winner way back in 2010, and we actually drove all the way out to your place in Colorado on a massive road trip. And you were tiny. How old? You were 7.
I was 7.
And now you are not 9. Obviously 9.
I don't think I look 9. I hope I don't look 9. I am.
9 years later. And Haley also won best honorable mention for middle school song at age 13, and best middle school song in 2018. Yeah. So you're on the National Youth Board as well, and very involved with Constituting America. And we're so proud of you. Many of you are becoming like family to us. I'm going to show your poem, Haley.
Oh gosh.
And then I know. Here's your little video.
I'm Haley Moak. I'm 7 years old. I won Best Poem. I'm from Colorado. Before America had even begun in Boston Harbor, tea was flung. Patriots wanted to be free and bring this land sweet liberty. The men who wrote our Constitution gave us more than revolution. They gave me rights, so I have might. No one can take away what I enjoy today. Because I live in a land of the free, I can grow up to be me.
Is that not fantastic? Oh, it's great. It's great. And you still know it by heart. I still know it by heart.
I do. Oh gosh.
So, okay, you are living in Colorado. You're now 16. You're homeschooled. You love horses. I know that. And you're competing. So tell us about your inspiration in joining the contest.
I do. I remember it was about, oh gosh, I can't remember what it was, but I remember sitting there in my grandmother's office, just spitting things out, and whatever sounded good we put in, and then we just kind of threw it all together, recorded it. I was sitting outside my house when we recorded, so that was fun. And then I remember when I got told I won, I just kind of went a little crazy and ran around the house for a few minutes.
Yeah, you actually starred in a documentary we did that year, because we traveled, I don't know, 6,500 miles around the country to interview every winner. It's one of those spur of the moment ideas that we managed to put together. And you were actually in the documentary as well. Did a little Michael Jackson, I recall. Did a little backward dance.
I think I did do that a lot. I think I tried to rewatch it, and I just cringed at myself.
No, you were darling. It was just fantastic. I'm a writer too, so I know what it's like to look at a blank piece of paper. What I've learned as an artist and as an actress is you just have to start. You just have to, like you say, you just throw things out there. And even sometimes, as when I'm doing a scene, I sometimes have to go way overboard emotionally and then bring it back to where it needs to be. So it's the same thing as like throwing paint on a canvas. So that's how you started. You just started kind of talking out loud with your mom, and you knew the concept was, I guess, about freedom. And you threw some lines out there, and then y'all tried to make them rhyme. Tell us again, as we're looking at your paper here.
To the poem, or?
Well, we're looking at the poem. Yeah. So let's see. I'm just looking at before America had even begun, in Boston Harbor tea was flung. So that's probably something you already had known at that point, that the Boston Tea Party. Yeah. Patriots wanted to be free. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to say, I remember one time we learned that back in the olden days, the tea wasn't in flakes. It was actually in these big bricks. So we were thinking about that. They were like, hey, they threw tea over the sides of a ship. So I think that's how we got that bit. But
well, it's just really wonderful. Because I live in the land to be free, I can grow up to be me. So I love rhyming. You know, a lot of poetry today, they don't have the rhymes. I still love to rhyming poetry, Edgar Allan Poe, and all the greats. In my mind, I mean, I know we have greats today that they don't rhyme, but I still love rhyming poetry. I started writing poetry in 5th grade or younger. I've always loved writing poetry. Do you still write poetry?
I do. I have a little notebook that I'll keep in my room when I'm bored and I just kind of want to write down. I'll do a little bit of stuff, but I'm not as crazy about it as I used to be. As of right now, it's mostly just me I usually put my poems to music because I have my ukulele in my room, so my parents will walk in on me while I'm trying to create a little bit of a song, and I'm just madly strumming on my ukulele.
There you go.
So.
Well, a song is a poem.
It is.
It is a poem. And I've just written. Yeah. Well, okay. So tell us about your experience with Constituting America. You're on our National Youth Board too. You've been with us for 9 years. So tell us about what you've learned about the Constitution and just your experience with Constituting America.
Well, before I really knew about the Constitution, I just kind of thought, oh, it's a piece of paper that we have our basic lists of rights on. I never really looked into it until I got into Constituting America. I was like, oh, okay, there's more to this than I actually thought. So that was fun. And Constituting America has just been great. I've gotten my cousins involved. I've gotten my family involved. I've gotten friends involved. So that's always great. And the trips are amazing. Kudos to you guys for putting on those trips. You guys get a lot done. So
tell us about the trips.
Oh gosh, from being on 3, every one of them is just amazing. From being on Fox and Friends, my first trip, to going to Independence Hall, recording one of my songs at one of the studios in Hollywood, and then seeing the White House and the Supreme Court, and getting a Q&A with Justice Roberts. It's a lot of fun, and it definitely puts you in depth with the Washington, D.C. trip, seeing kind of where our government is handled and where all that stuff happens. So getting to see the Constitution and the Bill of Rights was also really cool.
Yes, oh, so true. And to see the Bill of Rights, and that there were actually 14 originally, and they voted on, or no, 12. 14? 12? Anyway, they narrowed it down. 14, yeah, they narrowed it down. Well, yeah, your grandparents have always wanted you to go on the trips. We don't always take elementary school kids, but they made sure that that one year that you went on the trip. That was to Philadelphia, I believe.
Yep.
And then the later years you were taken on the trip because it was middle school. So you've been to Philadelphia, Hollywood. Did you go to Hollywood?
I did.
And then Washington, D.C. So, and you performed on the stage at the National Department of Education.
I did that with my cousins that won with me.
That's right. So, well, thanks for spreading the word for us. You're just a great ambassador. So proud of you, and thanks for being with us today. And everyone out there that's listening, that's an elementary school student, you can write a poem too. You can just start throwing out words, and you can piece it together like Haley did. Yeah. Right, Haley?
Yes, ma'am.
And we have it documented forever. Okay, thanks for joining us. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.